Well, I honestly, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but here we go. Kitch!
We're back, baby!
Miguel Angel
Woo!
Leone.
We're back.
Well, here it is. I don't know what the official day count was, but the hiatus was probably longer than anticipated. But Deno, based on the last pod, the hiatus wasn't quite as long as we predicted, which was forever before.
I think I won all those bets around what COVID would do when we'd see live basketball again. I think I won all those bets, Bart.
What is that?
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything? We're talking about the last
random,
pod in May.
Random thing comes out, and now you're talking about bets on COVID.
Yeah,
what the
are you on a time warp? Are you on the
3
spreadsheet?
years?
Well, listen, big news for our avid listeners who I'm sure will be shocked when this pops up in their podcast feed that there's a new episode. Let's just talk a little bit briefly why we're back. And I think first and foremost, we decided that we wanted to give this one more kick at the can to see if we could actually have an audience find us or us find an audience. So through some networking, we've met producer John, PJ, as we're going to call him, PJ. And John has assured me that by tomorrow we will have 10,000 downloads of this latest pod. So what more? I mean, how could you say no to that guarantee? So
what's that thing that TikTok or something like that?
Yeah, listen, we're at some stage. We're going to be on TikTok this week. I'm going to have to get John to tell me, or maybe John, you come on at the end, tell us how they follow us on TikTok, what our handle is going to be. We're going to have a YouTube channel. This is all going to be live. It's all going to be video this time. You'll be able to follow us at so many different spots. It's all coming to the. It's like this pod's now in 2009. We're almost catching up. We're almost catching up.
We're tech savvy.
Yeah, so that's the plan. The plan is to see if through the powers of John, I know we're putting a lot of pressure on you here. John's not on camera, but he can hear us, and I'm sure right now he's wondering what the fuck. But here, this is it. So we're back at it. We're going to give it the season run, hopefully right through the playoffs. Hopefully a long playoff run, and then we're going to see where we're at. So this could be the beginning of the next hiatus. Who knows?
And tell your friends,
all right, with that,
friends,
Kitch,
tell your friends, contacts, relatives, neighbors, ex-girlfriends. Tell everybody we're back. Tell everybody we're back.
We want enemies.
Yeah, tell strangers. We need more strangers following us, not people who know us. I think everyone who knows us has actually either had enough or will continue to follow. All right, Kitch, any words to welcome back the pod?
That's it. No, I said like tell everybody we're back. We are back in play. We are fresher than ever. We are much more knowledgeable. This is going to be epic. This pod now.
Well, I mean, I don't know if we're much more knowledgeable. Deno, I'll give you a chance here to say something in a second. But I don't know if we're much more knowledgeable. We're going to be much more prominent at the games this year, Kitch. Should we let everybody in?
Oh yeah. We have locked in our seasons. We have the individuals who I shared the tickets with have stepped back, and now Bart and I are sole owners of 2 seats at the Raptors for the season.
Well, my name's not anywhere on any of this shit. I know from a financial aspect I'm an owner. I don't know legally or technically if I'm an owner.
Well, actually, I just checked my bank account today. I don't think financially you're in yet either. Actually.
Wow. Layaway.
Bart's got deep pockets, Kitch. You're fine. Deep pockets.
I'm going to pay based on the number of games I go to. Deno, any warm words to welcome back the pod?
No, I'm excited. I know I'm on a week-to-week contract, so I'm going to come prepared, and I'm ready to go, Bart. I'm ready to go.
All right, well, listen, Deno, on that, here it is. We got a lot to cover in a very short period of time because we're going to do Raps preview, Raps predictions. We're going to talk about opening night, which Kitch and I will be at tomorrow night. So why don't you give us a quick blurb on the Raps off-season, preseason, and your expectations for the upcoming season.
Yeah, I think like every year we are underestimated again. So I think everyone's been checking a lot of the media reports. They got us finishing. I was checking one today. Like they got us finishing 8th, and stuff. And I think it's going to be exactly the same as last year. We're going to get in that, 5th, maybe 4th, 5th, or 6th seed. I don't think we did a lot in the off season, but I don't think we had to do a lot. We're still planning, I think, to look out 3 years like that. Let's plan everything around getting experience now, so that in 3-4 years we can take another run. I'm excited to see what their lineup's going to be. Where does Gary, Trent, fit in? Is he coming off the bench? Is he? It's going to be interesting to see just as the year unfolds, because we have a deep team. Like, we have a deep team. It's going to be just interesting to see how it unfolds for the year.
All right, there's a lot to chew off on that bone, but I'll come back to it because I'm going to give Kitch a chance, and then I'll probably have to rip both of you apart on this, and then we'll go from there.
So staying healthy is massively important. So that is going to be our key. We need a full season out of OG. We can't have OG play 30 games again this year, so we need that to come through. We have to get some help from our starters, from our bench. The bench just didn't give us the support last year, and I know the stats been talked about, and you guys have seen this as well. But in the entire league last year, Siakam and Van Fleet were tied for the most minutes played in a game at 37.9 minutes. Barnes was 7th at 35.4 minutes, and Trent was 11th at 35 minutes. So the top, we had 4 guys in the top 11 for minutes played, and we just broke down in the playoffs from a physical standpoint. So we cannot expect that type of minutes from the starters. So we need the bench this year to improve. So I'll be watching the bench, and hopefully we can stay healthy. If we can stay healthy, and the bench can actually show some strength, which we can talk about later, that's a recipe for success for us, I would say.
So yeah, I mean, not much has changed with me. So I'm going to come at this from I'm very concerned about where I think we're going to end up.
Shocking. Glass half full already.
Woo! And not that I don't like the squad. I do. One thing to start off. I think the East is incredibly tough and incredibly deep. So I think, night in, night out, there aren't going to be too many easy games. The Orlandos, the Detroits of the world are much deeper and are vastly improved. So if you got the bottom end, the non-playoff teams who are still going to be tough outs, I think that's going to be a challenge for us. With respect to our depth, yeah, I mean, you go through the lineup, you think, oh gosh, we're 9-10 deep. And we kind of are, but we kind of are with the exact same player coming off that bench. You got a Boucher, a Thad Young, Malachi, Banton, like
Birch.
Those, solid players, not necessarily instant offense. I think Gary, Deno, to your point, has to come off the bench. I think he has to only to provide some scoring in the second unit. I think Gary will absolutely be on the floor at crunch time when it comes down to it. But the overriding concern I have with this team is that we didn't address. I mean, Porter. Listen, I think Porter's a great pickup. I think he's going to fit right in. By the way, we add him to the bench. Yeah, so we're 9-10 deep with Porter. But I don't know. Are we going to be able to score enough? I mean, how have we changed our scoring from last year? If anything, I mean, I think everyone keeps talking about the Scotty Barnes jump, which, I mean, I hope it happens, but I don't think there's any guarantees he goes from 15 points a game to 20 points a game. Defensively, he was rock solid. He's averaged 8 rebounds a game, 4 assists. I don't know if there's going to be a huge jump in those numbers. The only place he could potentially jump would be in scoring, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, everything I saw in the preseason was his shot looked eerily similar to what it was last year. So I'm not that I don't think Scotty's great. I'm not convinced there's this massive jump coming from Scotty in this particular year. So I just don't know that I think we kind of leveled off a little bit with respect to where we were last year. And let's not forget, 48 wins last year. But how many of those wins, and I can think of at least 3 games where the other team didn't bring their team to Toronto. Right, we got a few gifts last year to get to 48 wins. So you can make an argument that perhaps we were maybe more like a 44-win team.
We had lots of injuries, though, Bart. We had we had way more injuries than anyone.
So we did have a ton of injuries, but to Kitch's point, and what we did to offset those is just play the other guys, way too many minutes. And Freddie being the best example broke down in the playoffs, and it hurt us. So yeah, that has to be managed differently. But again, to your point, that's where I think that depth is going to – I think we are going to be a 9 to 10-man rotation for big chunks of the season. And then when we do get guys hurt, because inevitably we will, and my God, Kitch, if you think OG's playing more than 55 games, I'm telling you right now, there's zero chance. 1, I think he's an eggshell. 2, I think he's a crybaby. Well, he is. Off-season, he was off-season, I want the ball more. Well, no shit. Who doesn't want the ball more? Guess what?
Right.
you're like the fourth option at best at any time you're on the floor. At any time you're on the floor. I don't care what makeup we have. He is the fourth option for us. So
Bart, the over under you trashing OG before the season like was 0. Like you hate OG because I like him, and he's gonna have a great year. He's gonna have a great year, Bart. You're gonna eat it. You're gonna eat it again.
How many times have we heard, "Oh, OG's gonna have a great year"?
He had a good year last year.
This is the year. This
You know
is
what?
the
A great year would be 68 games.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be a great year.
I'd take 60.
Yeah, true.
Take 60.
True. Yeah.
68 games. How about that? Yeah, but listen, we need a Siakam. Siakam was our whipping boy last year. Now it's OG. I'm totally fine with that. I love Siakam now. You know what? And
I love
Siakam earned my love, right? We beat the shit out of him last year for good reason. And then maybe again, I think there's a lot of people secretly listening to the pod from the Raptors organization. We're a motivator. We should change the name.
We would have traded.
I
we
think
traded
that-
Siakam. Sorry, Kitch. We would trade Siakam last year for like anything. Like Kitch would have taken a few basketballs, a few
one
Raptor
basketball.
jerseys, and now he's like first All-Star this year, right? First All-Star.
Totally. That turnaround by him was kind of incredible. And we
then we should be hammering Malachi Flynn over this year then too, because we destroyed him last year. So is he gonna have a big year this year?
Do you mean Malachi Flynn, who's not an NBA caliber player?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
We signed him. I can't believe he's on
signed
the
him.
roster. Like that's just he should be in the 906, not even the 905. He should go play for the 906.
A new area code.
That is seriously he doesn't fit anything that Masai claims that we want to do, right? Like he doesn't have the mold of a Raptors player, and he's terrible and he can't shoot.
You saw his offseason, Bart. You saw his offseason, right?
Well, 56.
Flynn?
What was that? 56 points in some Drew League game.
Yeah. Well, actually, wasn't it 70 the one game too? Like he was just going off from like 35 feet. It was
He's on
unbelievable.
fire in the summer league.
I know, but that Drew League, you know what that Drew League's made up of, right?
Who cares?
It's
Still gotta
basically
shoot.
a bunch of NBA players and then a bunch of guys who are connected who aren't like real basketball. It's not like it's a bunch of college guys on those other teams. It's a bunch of guys that think they're still decent basketballers, know enough to get on league teams, and they play. Like it's hardly real competition.
Still got to make your
Still
shots.
gotta-
Still got to make the shot.
Bart, it's like golf. Oh, I shot a 62. And it's not a tough course. You still shot 62, Bart.
Yeah, you still got to get
Like
up and
basketball.
down. Right.
They're almost all threes, Bart. They're almost all threes. Like you still got to hit them.
All right, okay, this is. I can't believe this has already turned into. That's ridiculous. This is a ridiculous. You know what? We might be on hiatus tomorrow. This could be it. This is the. If our level of conversation, we have to move on. So, Raps predictions for the season. Dano, so it's funny you said that. Like I've heard all over the map. Like there was the Simmons podcast 2 weeks ago. Simmons, one of the questions he asked was, "Would it be crazy if the Raps were the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference this year?" Like they were giving the Raps a ton of love with respect to they love the franchise, love the players.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy. But I do listen. If you told me right now they were a 3 seed, or if you told me right now they were a 9 seed, I would make an argument, or I would believe both, no problem.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of bounce, guys. Like I think through the whole year, there's like gonna be like very similar to last year, right? There was small gaps between, like almost like first and sixth last year, I believe. I think it's gonna be the same all year. Simmons loves the Raptors. Like those guys, like for the amount of time we get on that podcast, like for the Raptors, it's pretty cool. Yeah, like I got them not being in the tournament. Like I don't think they'll be 7 to 10.
So you think they're top
I think
6?
they'll be above. Yeah.
Top 6 seed.
Yep.
Anywhere 1 through 6.
Yeah, probably more like that fifth, sixth seed. But I think we're gonna be a tough out again. Like if again, as Kitch saying, as long as we're healthy, we gotta just minutes, watch those minutes, and we're so deep in our defense, like our defense, wingspan, all those things that we've been preaching for years and years is just gonna keep coming at teams. The teams hate playing Toronto. Like Durant on his podcast a couple months ago was saying, like, I just hate playing against Toronto. Like I hate their defense,
think he
hate their
hates Canadians?
schemes. Yeah,
Any chance it's just because Durant hates Canadians or coming to a different country?
he loves everyone. He loves
Or when
Loves Drake.
Dano cheered when he tore his ACL. Other than that, maybe that's what.
Well, they talked about that the other day. You know what? Just a quick aside on that one, because Simmons and those guys, how we cheer. Like, that has been overstated, by the way.
Oh yeah.
he went down, and it was like a cheer of like, it wasn't like, oh, we're glad he's hurt. It was like, oh shit, we might win the championship. It wasn't like, yeah, he's like, we're not Philadelphia.
Okay. And Bart, Kitch and I were at that game. Kitch bought the seats. And what everyone forgets is right before that, he did a dirty play on Freddie Van Vliet. So
Totally true.
Everyone, like, I want to hop on that, that Simmons podcast. Kitch, you remember it. Van Vliet got up in kind of his face, so all the fans were like against Durant, and then karma bitch.
Yeah, it was
10
karma.
seconds later, he goes and does that. So the fans were amped up a bit before that. That's why I think they reacted that way too.
Yeah, I agree. With that.
Yeah, totally. That absolutely happened. That's
Yeah.
lost in the context of that whole thing. But again, it wasn't us cheering the guys hurt, and he's like, that's ridiculous. Anyways, total aside. Kitch, your predictions for the Raptors in season 22-23.
So to get to first, I think the only way we get there is we get to the trade deadline. Raptors are in third or fourth, and Durant's available, or somebody's available, and we pick up. So we get to first by that. That's my only way I think we get to first. I have us fourth, maybe fifth. So I think the Raps is fourth or fifth. I think a healthy roster. We compete every night. I think we show up every night. I don't think we take a lot of nights off. Like you got these guys who with all the rest games in there with all these big stars on the top part of the Eastern Division. I think that gives us some wins in there that probably pushes us into fourth or fifth place. So that's where I'm gonna sit with.
Yeah, you guys are way too optimistic. You're way too glass half full. I think there's more shortcomings than people want to admit. Listen, the nurse factor. I agree. We come to play every night, that sort of thing. But you have to be able to score. In today's NBA, you have to be able to score. You got to be able to put up 110 points every night. Like tomorrow night's game, the over/under for the Raps score is 109 points. Like who's 109.5? Like I hate that bet. I don't know. I hate it.
Bart, you hate it, but you're going to bet it.
Well, for sure I am. Yeah. Well, you know what? I need a lot of good things to happen tonight for me to have available funds tomorrow. So
it starts. Here it starts.
There's no guarantees. No guarantees tomorrow happens. I may even show up tomorrow night. So, yeah, listen, I just think our lack, one of the things that I don't think we addressed, and I think every team needs, and we need it probably more than most, give me a guy who sits in the corner and knocks down the wide open three. Now, the problem with that, too, is we don't have a ton of one-on-one creation for where guys blowing by somebody to kick it out to the corner either. Like we are missing a little bit of one-on-one create your own shot, which is still an issue from last year. And then, we haven't even talked about who's our closer. What does closing look like for us? I mean, I watched that Boston game in the preseason with Pascal, and listen, I think he's great. I think what he did last season is awesome. Do you trust him within the last 30 seconds to get a good look? I don't even care about making it. Just give me a good look. Would you trust him to do it? Right. So I think there are holes. I think the East is much tougher. Again, I'm gonna predict the Raps coming sixth because I want to guarantee myself at least 2 home games now that I'm a season ticket holder. So that's the most important thing for the playoffs. But you know what? I'm just so happy to never have to think about how am I going to access a playoff ticket ever again. That's the number one reason why I bought these tickets, or this ticket. Sorry, or put my name on it.
Put your name on it. Yeah. Put your name on it.
Which I don't actually own.
I haven't actually bought them yet.
Yeah, I can't believe what's it going to cost me in lawyers' fees to get this actually documented properly. So that when somehow when you pass away, Sue thinks she's got both tickets. That's going to be a problem.
Bart,
I'd hate to take Sue to court after you perish, but I would do it in a heartbeat.
Bart, I have lots of experience with lawyers now, so I can help you.
Then we'll get to that. Don't worry, we'll get to that. All right, so I'm going Raps finish 6th or 11th, either one.
6 or 11.
6 or 11. Let's if we're not going to finish 6th and we're going to be in that tournament we could potentially lose, get me in the lottery for Wembanyama, that
Bart,
French kid. Did you guys see any of that guy?
Bart, if you get 7th,
what's that?
If we finish 7th, you're guaranteed like home game and then maybe another home game, and then you go to the next round and get 2 more home games. So 7th isn't that bad either, Bart. You host.
7's not horrible. 17 you guarantee at least 1 home game. But you know what, Deno, if I'm flying from different countries to come to the game, I want to get 2 games.
Or just stay for 2 weeks.
I'm not an hour and a half away from the stadium. I'm 2 hours away from the stadium the moment I land. That's how I get through customs. All right. Well, there it is. Listen, we'll obviously have more to talk about next week with respect to the Raps and where we kick off the season. But there you go. Everyone has it. Our immediate thoughts on the Raps. So quickly, our conference predictions. Who comes out of the East? Who comes out of the West? And why? Kitch, who comes out of the East and why?
Milwaukee. I'm going to go with Milwaukee this year. They were one game away last year from the conference. Like they lost in Game 7 of Boston. It would have been there without Middleton. Mm-hmm. I think Giannis is going to be have a fire under his butt this year to prove himself. And with the supporting cast of Middleton and Holiday and those guys, I'm riding with Milwaukee this year. Just over Philly though. I think Philly's a very close second. I guess Harden's supposed to be in his best shape he's been in years, and so I'll put Philly in there for a close second. I think Embiid's he wants to get there, so I think he'll be possessed this year to get there. So I think those two are my top two in there. With the Raptors I probably have the Raptors at fifth, actually, fourth or fifth, but probably fifth in there.
Yeah, or 11th. Yeah,
not 11th.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, fuck James Harden. This James Harden love that's going around the league now. How he's in shape, he's this, that, and the other. He's a cancer. He'll be a disaster. I do like their under season total wins, but playoff wise, forget about it. They're done. I don't like them at all. All right, Dano East, and why?
My notes are the same as Kitch. I think Bucks, if they have Middleton last year, as if they don't win that series, right? Like I think they would have won it all last year if they have Middleton. So their roster, they picked up. I love this guy's name's Joe Ingles. I love that guy.
Joe Ings, yeah, for Utah Jazz, Joe Ingles.
Yeah. So they picked him up. I think they'll be hungry again. I do like the Sixers as the backup, even though I hate Harden more than anyone. Wait, I hate him more than LeBron James now. But yep,
that's real hate.
And all hate rate. It's early for the all hate ratings, but we can maybe we'll get that out soon. Dan. Put that.
Yep.
We'll
so I'm on the kitchen bandwagon. Bart, who do you got?
All right. Well, listen. You're speaking of all hate, and this is why I'm saying because we're all going to hate it. But I think the Nets, assuming no trades, they're going to come out of the East.
Oh,
they're good. Like you look at that roster, they are good. They've got shooting. They've got 2 of the top 10 players in the league. They've got closers. And this is a huge if, obviously, but I think they're going to do. I think they're going to do it I think they're motivated to piss everybody off because everyone hates them now, and everyone hates Durant now as much as they hate Kyrie. So I just think somehow it's all going to work out for them, and they're going to come out of the East, which would be horrific. We would hate that.
I think they hate each other. I
don't know. They're still buddies. No, I don't think
there's
so.
no way.
How can you hate Nash?
How can you be a buddy of Simmons? How can you be a buddy? What Simmons is doing out there? Simmons is talking like I need the ball. I'm the scorer, and I think that team implodes.
I hope you're right. Listen, I'm just telling you that's what I think. All right, West and White, Kitch.
West and White, I got. I'm going to ride with Golden State again. I think they only got better. They got Wiseman. Wiseman's healthy again this year. The kids are getting a year older. They still got the veterans on there. So I'm going to ride with Golden State again. I think they're back there. Phoenix is going to be there, but Phoenix always implodes in the playoffs. And then maybe Denver takes a run this year with Murray back. And if Joker can put up the numbers he did last year, maybe they can make a run in there. But that's my top 3 in the West.
Dano, West and why?
Yeah, I don't agree with Kitch actually on this one. I don't agree. I think Golden State. It's tough to repeat to kind of put all in again. I think Phoenix is going to have some issues, like just all the shenanigans that happened in the off season. What's Ayton going to do? Are they going to trade Ayton during the year? And I'm gonna be on the bandwagon. I got Clippers. I think they're rested. Kawhi looks like a beast. Can he stay healthy? I do like Denver maybe. With Murray back. Dark horse. I like Dallas as kind of a dark horse.
Okay, just so we're clear on the segment, this wasn't rhyme off 7 teams that you like. This was pick a winner and why. That's all. That's all. We're on record with you. The Clippers. Thank you. Clippers.
Yep. Clippers, was that it? Clippers. Okay, good.
Yeah. So I would love to say Golden State because I just like them. I like watching them, and it would be great to have a Nets Golden State. That would actually be pretty interesting. If you had Durant versus the Warriors in the finals. However, I think the Draymond drama is going to be a problem and a narrative all year for them. That's just not going to be good. So I am going with the Denver Nuggets. I love them.
Oh.
I just like Jokic, and I like their coach, and I think if he stays healthy, which he generally does, and they've got a better team around him, like Simmons, they did a good job breaking down like the team he had with him last year, and they won 49 games, and we're that good. He's the MVP.
Yep.
Like he gets Porter back, and he gets Murray back. They added a shooter. I can't think of his name. Like they could be really, really good. So I'm going Denver as a bit of a dark horse, but I like them. I just think Clippers are Kawhi. And Kawhi will never win again unless he's in a Raptors uni. We trade for Kawhi, he'll be a champion again. That's how that works.
Maybe we'll get him in November.
Yeah, maybe we'll get him in November. Fuck, imagine that. That'd be awesome. Actually, I don't know if I want broken down Kawhi. I'm not sure I'd want him.
We'd get a lot of money for we'd get a lot of money for the tickets we sell.
By the way, can we just go back when you talked about you mentioned how maybe Durant's like. Do we just want to quickly talk about the whole Durant drama from the summer? How the Raps were in that sweepstakes? How they were the number one? Like I think, Kit, you're on record saying you didn't want him.
I don't want him at all. Not at all.
Dana, would you take him? Would you give Scotty Barnes for Durant now?
No, I wouldn't.
No, not a chance.
I wouldn't.
That's ridiculous.
Well, like it would have been Barnes and like 4 picks or whatever. Now they wouldn't be great picks, but
yeah, they wouldn't be great picks. I don't care about the picks.
Yeah, no.
I totally. I still would. If we're that good and we get a chance, remember, this is a bit. See, Denny, you talked about the whole 3-year plan. Well, we talked about a 5-year plan last year. So I love how we even skipped. We skipped a year. Now it's a 3-year plan. But
we were so good. We were so good. We overachieved.
You can't have that plan forever. If you got a chance to win now, and our team would be good enough to win now if you had Durant and Siakam.
Yeah, but
with
the
68 game OG playing, oh my god!
But in 3 years, how good is Brooklyn, Philly, like all these teams? Like they're not.
No, I'll buy into that. However, if I said to you, Durant takes us to the finals with a chance of the finals right now this year, or we can be really good in 3 years with a weaker conference, what would you take?
I take the latter. Like
yeah, me too.
I want to see. I know, Bart, you're falling off your chair. I want to see what we can like. We got some young talent. I don't want to get rid of Barnes. If you said Bart, if you said Durant, like suppose the Raptors were offering up like OG and who was it? OG and Trent and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah. I take that. I'd take that. But Barnes, like he's locked in.
That
for
wasn't
like
the
7
scenario.
years.
I said Barnes right now.
No.
That's ridiculous.
Thank you.
First of all, Dano, I just finished explaining to you I had to mortgage my cottage to buy that season ticket so I could have Raptors playoff home games, and you're depriving me of the finals this year because you don't want Durant. Well, that's nice.
I'm sorry.
Well, you know what? Good thing we only have 2 seats because there's no room for you. There's no room for you regardless. All right. Okay. Well, it's fine. It's fine. We don't agree on that one, and we'll see how that plays out. All right, kids. What's next on the agenda?
Let's do the season over-unders.
Oh wait, no, we got NBA. Okay, quickly. Who wins? We're gonna come back to this. Who wins the
Milwaukee for me.
Milwaukee? Dano?
Yep.
Milwaukee? Denver. Sticking with Denver. The Joker.
Good finals. Good finals.
All right. Well, listen. Here we go to our backyard gambling segment. John, we got to figure out a good little angle to throw in the backyard, like some coins that that little change sound that you get. We should have that in when we do backyard.
Like the slot machine, the old slot machine.
Yeah, like the old, like, yeah, we got to do that. John, I'm sure John will figure that out. Well, listen, he's going to be busy. He's got 10,000 listeners to find by tomorrow, so he's got lots to do. All right, so backyard gambling segment. We will go to NBA over-unders right now, where we're going to pick 5, and then we're going to do our NFL picks. We're going to be back on that. Mid-season, week 6 in, where no one can actually pick a game in the NFL anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But, all right, so quickly, season over-under totals for wins or losses. Kitch. Let's go. We'll go around. We'll go. Give me your first pick.
First pick. My first pick is, and I'm riding the bandwagon. You're hearing this everywhere. I've listened to probably 5 different pods on this. Everybody is riding the Sacramento King train this year. Everybody's riding that. I guess this Keegan Murray is supposed to be candidate for Rookie of the Year. They kept Darian Fox. They got Kevin Herter, Harrison Barnes, Sabonis. They had 30 wins last year on a team that you never even talked about. Their over-under is like 34, 34 and a half. I'm gonna ride the trend that
33 and a
everybody's
half.
talking about.
33 and a half is the line today.
33 and a half. I'm going to take the over on the and I can't even believe I'm saying this, on the Sacramento Kings.
Okay.
That'll be my top pick.
You are with the masses. You're with the 99%, not the 1% here. You're with the 99% on that.
Kitch, it's a Sacramento Queens.
I know it is. I know it is, Deno. I'll never watch a game.
Oh my God.
Deno, do you have one for us? Are you participating in this segment?
Oh, Bart, I'm going to win this segment like I win everything.
Well,
of course.
assuming we're still
Kitch,
the podcast by then, yeah.
You didn't lead with the Raptors going over, Kitch? Is that a?
I've already bet them. I bet them over 45 and a half, and they're now over 47 and a half, aren't they?
No, 46 and a half still.
46
sure?
and a half. So.
Yeah, it was 47 and a half this morning.
Yeah.
My set was 47 and a half this morning. I'm like, ooh, wow.
Well, they must have
Now
got
you're
my
going
big bet
over
in then,
Raptors?
Kitch. Over Raptors. Thank you.
Yeah,
Enough said,
I did
Bart.
too.
I'm
but I
already
hate
there.
it.
I'm already there.
Yeah, I'm already there too. Doesn't really
But
count.
I know you
Raptors
hate it, though.
don't count.
I know you hate
That's
it, Bart, though. I know you hate it.
All right, my first and favorite pick is the Utah Jazz under 24 and a half. They're in tank mode. They're not winning 25 games. That's a lock. You can lock that one up.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting this year, Bart, and just a segue to that. All these teams that are low on the unders, like this is a one of the best, what do you call it?
Drafts.
Free agents draft. One of the best drafts coming up in the where there's at least 2, if not 3 juggernauts. They say they're coming out of the draft. So these teams with 20 wins who are at the bottom of the league, how hard are they really going to try come down the stretch if they're going for those 2 or 3 guys? So I think you're going to see a lot of these lousy teams not win their last 15 games of the season.
Yeah, well, there's the West in particular is bad. Like they're in tank mode. That's why I like Sacramento too, because the West there's 3 or 4 teams that could easily be in tank mode by February.
Yeah,
if not sooner.
Yeah.
All right, Kitch, pick number 2.
I'm gonna ride the under. Coattail going to take Charlotte. Charlotte in the East under 33 and a half. Roster's not that great. Was it LaMelo's hurt? I just think they're going to be playing for the lottery, and the East is too strong for them to compete. And I think they need another key person in the roster, and the way they can do that is by not playing well this year. So I'm on the Charlotte under 33 and a half.
I like that. That's one of my picks too. Deno, number 2.
Yeah, I agree with you guys around the tank teams. So all my rest ones are unders. So I got the Spurs under.
I like that one too.
Yep.
23 and a half. 23 and a half Spurs. Sticking on the under theme, last year's conference finalists, Miami Heat, going under 49 and a half. Their division's terrible, but they're going to rest a ton of guys throughout the season. Long playoff last year, older squad. They've already won their division, so they don't have to think about the division, which locks them in, I think, to a 4 seed, worst case scenario. So, yeah, they're gold, but they're going under 49 and a half. Kitch, number 3.
My number 3, Daniel, you're not going to like this one, but my number 3 is the L.A. Clippers under 52 wins.
Ooh.
No respect.
That's
a
going
lot.
against the grain.
So
That's going against the public.
They had 42 wins last year, so they got to get 10 more. Even if Leonard's healthy playing, he's still going to miss 30 games. Like they're not going to play him probably for at least 30 games just to rest him. George, who knows? He always seems to be under the knife, so who knows how long he lasts. I know they got some expansion of their roster, but and John Wall is Wall going to be something he was 6-7 years ago when he actually played basketball. I just have trouble with load management for the Clippers being over 52. I don't think they're going to be a terrible team, but I just think you're going to have guys that are going to be rested and injured and banged up, and I think it'll be close to that number, but I'm going under the 52 for the Clippers.
Okay, thank you.
Speaking of rested, has John Wall played in like 2 years?
Like
Making
6.
like 40.
Oh my God, it's been forever.
He is rested, boys. He's rested.
He is rested, yeah, and he's old. He's now old too.
You know what? He's rested, but I think he's got a better golf game than basketball game at the moment. Deno, pick number 3.
Yep, tank. Indiana Pacers under.
Oh yeah, like that.
Yes.
And they're
These
just bad. Their
teams-
lineup's bad.
Like, don't you think these teams are just going to trade like anything that's even a little good? They're just going to trade it, and they're going to have a lineup. You're going to go, I don't know one player on Indiana, Phoenix, the Jazz. Like it's going to be
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
They're
agree.
trying. Is Miles Turner still in the Pacers? Or they traded him yet?
Yeah, he's still there.
He's still
He
there.
won't
So
be.
they're
He's
shopping
gone
him
by
right now.
February.
They're trying to
Yeah,
get him. They're trying to get him.
He's
out of
gone
there.
by February for sure. For sure. All right. Quickly, I'm going my beloved Warriors over 52.5. Like, I just think they're better. They're better than they are last year. I still think the Draymond thing's a problem, but they're good. Like, talk about depth. Holy shit, they are deep. I mean, those young kids, they're talking about this Moses Moody kid being incredible. You got Kuminga's a year older. Wiseman's coming back. They're going to be good. They're going to be good. And I think Clay will be better than he was last year, too. So I love the Warriors. You can lock up the Warriors over 52.5.
Yeah.
My second biggest bet.
That was going to be my next one, too. So you're right.
That feels low.
And what about that's what they won last year? So they won 53 wins last year. The over/under's 52.
That's
so yeah,
it?
they just
Really?
got to do the same as last year. And what about Poole? Is Poole going to relish in this, or is he going to? What's
I'll tell you what. I have a ton of respect for that kid. He has handled it like a champ. I mean, you could tell by his interview the other day, he is still not comfortable with everything. But I think he was like, "Fuck it, you're not going to suspend the guy. We're here to win a championship. He's going to help us." But I think everyone knows, or at least believes, that this is Draymond's last year. He ain't going to be around next year, right? So it's like, all right, if he can. So no, I love Poole. I bet you Poole has a huge year, huge.
Yeah,
and you know what? And he better be mentally tough because he's going to hear a lot of shit from people.
And if Poole has a huge year, if he has a huge year, they're going over 42 easily.
52. I think they're going over 42. If he doesn't have a huge year, they're going over 42.
That's right. Yeah.
Jordan Poole doesn't play a game. They're going over 42.5.
So I am going to.
Hey, it's opening night here. I get it. We're a little slow. It's opening night. It's fine. It's totally fine. All right, Kitch, quickly. Give us your next two. We're gonna
My next two is going to be Philly. Philly over 50.5. I'm going to take Philly to if I'm picking them second in the East. If I'm picking them second in the East, they better win 50 games. And then I'm gonna take and it's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna take Detroit over 29.5. They could be a tank fest team. But Cade, like they won after the All-Star break last year, they went 11-14. Cade really started to figure things out later in the season. Got a decent draft pick. I'm gonna take 30 wins from Detroit.
They're going to be a tank fest. They might just be a bad coach team with their former.
Oh, they're totally bad.
You won't be able to tell if they're tanking. It's just bad coaching.
They always beat us.
I can't believe he's still there. I can't believe he's still
Deno loves him. Deno loves Casey.
Why do you guys hate Casey? Like he did. Okay, we're not going there.
Let's not go down that route.
Fire Casey.
Yeah, we're trying to get new listeners. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Deno, your last two.
Yeah, I agreed with your Jazz under, Bart. It's tough agreeing with you. And then I got Phoenix under as well. I just think they're going to have problems with all these internal issues.
I agree. The whole sale. I think Paul's older. Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's a lock.
Yeah.
Under 52.5 is locked. All right, my last two. Quickly, I'm going. Obviously, my beloved Denver Nuggets at 50.5. You can lock that up. They are definitely winning 51 games. They are so much better than they were last year. And then I actually have. So I'm kind of torn tomorrow night because I have the Cavs going over 46.5 as well.
Yeah,
I think the Cavs are good. Like they've got.
good.
Allen's back healthy. They've improved. They added more scoring. Like, it's hard to believe they're going to be worse than they were last year in any way, shape, or form. And I think they won 45 games last year. So I think the Cavs are tough. Actually,
They have the problem the Raptors though. They don't have a great perimeter shooting team. They don't have guys. They don't have guys that knock down shots. They're decent underneath, but yeah, I think they struggle with making the outside shot.
Listen, they were before Allen got hurt last year. I think they were third in the conference, right? Like they were having a year.
They went upgraded.
They upgraded Sexton with Mitchell. Like Garland's going to be your they are going to. I just listen.
I like that team.
A lot of people have them in the play, and I just don't understand how people think they're a 7 or 8 seed. But again, look at the East. I mean, it's crazy. You're talking about the Raps being a 6 seed. Well, that means one of Cleveland, Miami, or the Nets. That means one of those teams are in the play-in.
Boston.
Yeah, like one of those teams that just doesn't. That's hard to imagine one of those teams in play-in, but it's going. Well, that's why it could be the Raps. All right, listen. Thank you. Quickly, because we got to move on. Deno, you got to be out of here shortly. And I do too. So, NFL. Here we go. We're back, baby. The NFL picking, which thank God we haven't been doing this since the beginning of the season.
Oh boy, you read that one.
I'm doing great this year.
The under boys
are we just going to do 9 unders, game total unders? Is that what we're doing? Because that's what we should do. The unders are a lock.
Exactly. That's all I do is unders.
Oh my God. All right, so Deno, we'll start with you. Go ahead.
Boys, I bet the under because I don't watch a lot of football, and then if I watched the game last night, that was the best under game ever.
It was.
Oh my
I had
God, it
a
was
lot
so
on the under.
painful.
Deno.
Horrible
I had a lot of the
football.
under.
Oh, so painful to watch, except the
Although I
Chuck.
lost the first half. The first half went over on those two
Oh,
field
on
goals.
that field goal.
It did.
Yeah, over by half.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bart, 3 unders here. I got the Thursday game. I think's been under. Guys, is it every Thursday game's been under?
Every Thursday. Yep.
Every Thursday. So
Oh, here we
Saints
go.
Arizona under 44.5. Or I don't know. You guys have.
I have it at 45.
live.
We're going live lines 45.
Okay, 45. Then I got Detroit Dallas under. Dallas was embarrassing last week.
I agree. Under 48. That seems like way
and
too many
then-
points.
Jets Broncos under. The Broncos are just horrible. The Jets got to wake up one game where they just can't score. The Broncos defense is actually pretty good. So that I had as 41.5. Bart, did that line change?
40. It's a 40.
Is it 40?
After last night. I think after people saw the game last night, they said that's
probably
horrible.
a
Point and a half.
Probably true, actually. After last night, they're probably
Yeah,
Russell
for
Wilson
sure it is.
Russell Wilson is done.
That's crazy.
Okay. Deno, well done. Way to stick to the script. Well done. All right, Kit, you're up.
I'm gonna take the. I don't get this line. The New York Giants +3 over Jacksonville. I like the Giants. What are they? They're one loss. I think that's 5-1.
Put them on the road, yeah.
I know it's on the road, but Jacksonville's been hit or miss. So I'm going to take the Giants +3 over Jacksonville. And then I'm going to ride with Deno. I'm going to take the Cleveland, Baltimore under 46.5. I believe it's still 46.5.
Checking.
That
46
that
and a
one,
half, yeah.
that one. Baltimore's having trouble scoring, and I watched the full Cleveland game last week against the Patriots, and I don't know how Cleveland's going to score. So I really like that under.
The NFL's having trouble scoring.
They are, and I'm going to take the other under. I'm going to take is a Green Bay Washington. I think Rodgers does not care anymore. You watch that team; he hates his offensive line. He's just not there. He just doesn't care. And Washington, they're going to run the ball 1,000 times with their new James Robinson or whatever the guy's name is. And so that's going under.
I think Aaron Rodgers died 3 weeks ago.
I think he did. I don't know who that guy is.
It's like, remember that movie, Dave, when the president died and they had this the look
Yeah.
at the stand
Yep.
and got like what's his name? Was it Klein? Was it Klein? Kevin Klein? Was it? Yeah, that's what happened to Aaron. Aaron Rodgers died 3 weeks ago, and they put some guy who looks like him, and clearly can't play football.
Yeah, it is. It is. They have just imploded. That team is. There's no way Rodgers is there at the end of the season. I think he's gone before the end of the season.
I know. The only thing I liked about that, I made a lot of Minnesota bets to win the division and all that sort of stuff, like over wins, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of happy from that perspective. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that 3, Kitch?
That was 3. Yep.
By the way, we've lost. Brock has tuned out. Listener Brock has tuned out by now. He's made it clear to me he does not enjoy this segment. Well,
Either way.
can't be everything to everybody. Okay,
Yeah.
we just can't. That's.
I agree with Brock. I agree with him.
Oh, you want out too this segment?
Yeah, I want out.
All right. Well, then I'll go quick. So my first play of the game I am going against is our. Geez, I can't speak English. I'm going against my beloved Detroit Lions. I love the Cowboys -7. With Dak back, love it. My second game, I'm also going to, which will probably be Tua Tagovailoa's very last game because he's coming back this week. But I do like the Dolphins on Sunday night. What a horrible Sunday night game, Steelers. Oh my! Everyone's going to love the Steelers after this week, thinking, oh, they're terrible, they're horrifically bad. The Dolphins need a W. Dolphins -7, and
Big spreads.
yeah, for this year it is. I totally agree. And for this week's 25,000 star lock,
Which have not been
Play
that
of the
great
week.
this year. They've been that great.
and, I hate to say it. I do hate to say it because it bothers me because you like them. But the Zappy-led New England Patriots -8 at home on a Monday night to the Bears, who are woefully, horrifically bad.
Bart, the 3 favorites. It's been a dog year.
I know. I'm just telling you. I know it's been a dog year the whole, but I'm telling you, it's been a dog first third of the season, not a dog year.
Yeah,
Fog.
dog under.
Yeah, so that's very different. So
You
there
know
you
what
go. You have it.
you know what a teaser is, Bart?
Ike, tell Ike you're going to put that down the spreadsheet right now for this Vegas betting thing that I get no benefit from, but you can put my 25,000 star lock New England Patriots.
I have this all written down, Bart. I have it all written down.
Thank you.
Wow,
Thank you.
for you. And just so you know, Bart, if you do a 3-team 6-point teaser at +170, you can get all these games at -1, -2. So you should look into that. I know you don't like
That's
teasers.
+170, and that if you tease those,
+180 on some sites, +160 on others.
well, that's free. That's free.
Yeah.
No, that honestly,
Yeah.
that is free.
There's nothing free this year.
There is not. I don't think I've hit a teaser in 4 weeks.
Kitch hasn't hit one this year.
Yeah, well, we can't talk about gambling to this point. Like, I'm not joking. We cannot talk about it because you know what? Because Johnny's going to listen to this tonight, and we can't talk about it.
I tell Johnny I like the cardboard box he's going to live in.
I think honestly, I do think Johnny would be like, oh, if Johnny knew, I think he'd be like, okay, I have to talk to Mom. This is clearly like I'm gonna have to. I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to tell Mom.
I have to call you out, Dad. Dad, I got to call you out.
Kitch,
I'm doing
what's
this with the family. I'm doing
what's
it for
the
the family.
over under on when Bart retires from gambling? Like how? Like from? Is it in 1 week or 2 weeks?
Oh,
In
when
my
he says
mind.
when he says he's going to retire, not when he
Yeah,
actually
he's gonna
retires. When he
retire,
says-
yeah.
In my mind, I've already retired.
Tuesday morning. Tuesday
Okay.
morning.
Dude,
Oh,
a
you know
week?
what? Could be tomorrow night after the Raps game.
Yeah.
Because I don't even like that game. I hate the Raps are -3. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. The over under totals are 109.5. Like, I hate that game. And yeah, I'm gonna be all over the Raps. They're probably gonna lose by 30.
Well, as long as you're positive.
Glad you got those season ticks, Bart. Well done.
All right, listen. We've got a few minutes left here for what drives. Deno, do you want to start us off what drives before you run out of here?
Yeah, this has been driving me crazy.
Oh, sorry, Deno, just so for all of our new listeners that we're going to have by tomorrow because of producer John, we should say this is our what drives you crazy segment where we can talk about anything. It could be sports related, it could be not sports related, just something that's happened that we're kind of maybe a little bit frustrated with. So go ahead, Deno, please.
This has never come up in our previous podcast. The drive-through when someone orders and then they just wait there for a bit and don't move up, or even worse, they get their food, they wait a bit, they're talking to their wife and stuff. It's like, grab your food, quick check and go. Like you got like 15 people in line, get going. Stop being so selfish.
But
Get
no, that's
going.
key.
It's
but you said quick,
driving me crazy.
But that's
lately.
key. The quick check. What's your timeline on the quick check? Because my wife Becky loves to check.
Oh, Bart, I'll answer your question. I almost hit this person from behind the other day. I was getting so like they're like they had 2 people in the car. Like, what'd you order? 40 Big Macs? Like, just quickly look, and if it's not right, you know what? Come back. They'll always give you something free. Bart, 3-second rule. 3 seconds. You see it
check.
and go.
That's a quick check, no question. It's a very quick check. Well, Becky would not like that. You would ram.
I'll go 10 seconds. I'll give him 10 seconds on the check, but make it quick.
No. 10? No way. No way.
What about-
Kitch, if
what
you're ahead of
about
me,
asking
I'm
for
pounding you.
extra
I'm
ketchup?
pounding you, Kitch.
What about asking for extra ketchup? Becky likes to do that too. She does.
Drive me crazy.
Oh, good thing Becky doesn't listen. Good thing she
It's
doesn't.
Tim Hortons. Come on.
She still likes ketchup.
Well, she's not carrying a ketchup bottle in her purse.
She should. She should have one in the glove box.
Yes, I guess. Yeah, I guess she should. All right. Okay. Thank you, Deno. Kitch.
All right. I experienced this a couple weeks back. When you rent an RV, a big recreational vehicle, to a person who knows very little about RVs, you better have someone there to explain the particulars of the RV and actually have some experience running it themselves. We went to an Alabama football game 2 weeks ago. Deno was with us. And we rented this RV from this place. We show up, and there's 2 guys there. Here's the RV. I go, well, how does it work? Oh, well, one guy goes, I don't know. And the other guy goes, well, I drove it once back from Talladega back here, so I've driven it once. So we asked him probably 30 questions, of which his answer to 20 of those questions were, I really don't know. Like 20, I really don't know. So, like, all right, we pull the RV out. The first night, we stay in a parking lot on the way to the stadium and get up in the morning. The battery's dead the next day. Well, how about letting me know you got to run the generator all night so the battery doesn't die? I don't know those things. I don't own an RV. The guys who own the RV should actually tell us how to operate this. So if you're going to rent a big 40-foot RV to a bunch of strangers, you should probably give them some information on how to operate the vehicle before they actually drive it out of the parking lot.
Did you?
So
at any point did you think before you're renting the RV, maybe I should YouTube the top 10 things to know about renting an RV?
Not for the price I paid for the RV. They should get service on that stuff.
So I'm not disagreeing with you. It would seem to think with a vehicle that size, it would become with some sort of, all right, here are the basics.
Yeah, it's your vehicle. Like you want them to look after your vehicle. When we got to the parking lot with all the other RVs, those guys educated us on how to operate an RV. They told us what we need to do. So those guys were helpful. Yeah, all our RV buddies.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, look at these dude, look at these newbies."
Totally, they were. Totally, they were. They were shocked. They were shocked that this company rented the RV to us four knuckleheads. They said, "So did they give you any training? No. Did they tell you about it? Not really." Like they're like, "Oh my God, look at the size of the RV you're driving. You guys don't know anything about this." Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
right.
But think about the rental concept. That is, they are literally trying to get you in and out as fast as possible. They don't want any ownership of this. It's like renting a scooter in Bermuda. That process is unbelievable.
Bart.
They'll have you drive 10 feet. As you wobble your way through 10 feet, like, okay, see you later. Good, you're good to go. You
Bart,
passed the
where
numbers.
Kitch picked this up though, like it was almost like it wasn't off the road too much, but it was like dirty.
It was a heavy machinery where you fix trucks. I can't remember what they call it. They had a name for it, but where you fix like
Bart,
big trucks.
Bart, there were dead bodies in the back.
All these guys come out to give us
stroll.
advice. All these guys come to give us advice. Their hands are so black from the grease in the trucks, they can't touch anything. So guys, I can't touch that. You got to touch this. Like he couldn't touch anything in the RV. It was shot. It was actually kind of scary. It was a little scary.
I'm pretty sure every female probably says that to him too. You can't touch this.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever touched a female. I tell you, look at this guy.
All right, listen quickly for me. Happened twice to me in the summer. Kitchy, I mentioned it to you previously. I find it. I was flabbergasted that it happened to me twice. I'm hosting a soiree with people in my home. I'm feeding and I'm serving drinks to the entire night. You get there, you socialize, you sit down for dinner, and I'm running back and forth doing various things. And as I'm in the kitchen, so in the other room where I'm sitting, the toast to the evening starts. Like the guests going, "Oh, hey, let's have a toast, thanks to Dave and Beth." Well, Dave's not even in the fucking room. You're doing that twice. It drives me crazy that you would ever think to toast without everyone sitting down at the table, sitting there. And okay, now that's an indication of toast time. I'm totally okay with it. But if people are running around going to the bathroom, but let alone if the fucking host is there doing other shit, you don't fucking start the toast off. I'm sorry, you just don't. It happened to me twice.
It's awesome. That's awesome.
Bart,
That's offside. Sure? I agree with you.
Bart, are you sure it was a toast and not a roast? Like, did you maybe hear?
I don't care what it is. I want everyone sitting at the table. I don't give a shit what it is. I can take either.
Was it Becky's party? They're probably both Becky's parties. They didn't care if you were there.
Yeah. You know what? Trust me, it wasn't. It wasn't. Oh, you know what? That's my cue, too. This is perfect. The blowers are here. So we're going to hear this in the background. So this is perfect. This is definitely an end. All right. AOB. Anything.
Yeah. Quickly. Yankee game tonight.
4:00.
4:00. Hammer the Yanks. Bart, it is kind of bull that the Houston game is now on Wednesday. So whoever wins this game's got to fly to Houston.
Busy times. Yankee. Well, you know, they've 3 games have been canceled in this series. So yeah.
Playing a dome
pretty soon.
Playing a dome.
Get a dome.
Build a
All
dome.
right, thank you, Dano.
Yep.
My AOB is I watched yesterday the Nolan Ryan documentary on Netflix.
Oh, me too.
Very good. Very well worth the watch. Well worth the watch. So I would highly.
Okay, well, listen, we're gonna do a what have we been watching segment soon because I've got like 1,000 of them. For me, AOB, I don't think I have. Well, you know, I give a quick AOB on the kids. Just came back from Kiowa this weekend. Oh, here comes my blower right in the background. Quickly, kids, Johnny Bart has hooked up with Carson Kuchar of Matt Kuchar fame of the PGA.
Yeah.
Boys under 14 doubles champion this past week.
Wow.
Awesome.
So there you go.
Wow.
All right.
Nice.
I got the blower.
Nice.
This is the send off.
You can hardly hear it. You can hardly hear it.
All right, Kitch, quick.
What?
Quiet.
Take it away.
Quiet. Take it
Away.
Oh, jeez. Quiet. Take it away. Goodbye.